Hello, beautiful soul. I'm super excited to be here with you, and I have a very powerful message. But before I deliver that, I just want to express how much I love being here, how much I love being in camera and just letting the spirit lead and Mother Earth talk and teach and guide through me. I just love it, and I also feel very um uncertain and unsure, and I get very afraid that will this path work out for me, and I doubt it. Like, am I meant to be the spiritual guide, the spiritual mentor? Do I even call myself that? Do I have the enough expertise and all of that? And I do because I have been passing every test that Mother Earth is, you know, just life is throwing at me. And one of which was recently, the purification of heart. This process, when this start to happen in your life, like the purification of your heart. Oh my God, it's such a this process, it's before like the purification of start to happen in someone's life. You remember who they were before that and who they are going to be after that. It's going to be way different, so much so that they themselves have to make a choice, like, okay, I am making a choice to forgive myself. I'm making a choice to love myself because I know I was not that person. So, like, before the purification of uh, start occurred in your life, before that, you may be a liar, a cheater, a porn addict, a drug addict, any kind of addict. Maybe you were someone who was very judgmental and hatred. Maybe you were too critical of your own self, or maybe you had a habit of just guilting yourself a lot. But then after the purification of your heart, your all kind of addiction, be it like the addiction towards porn, substance, food, or whatever, will be replaced by daily walks, breath work, yoga, sleeping on time, taking care of your health, and all these good habits. You would start to journal more, you would start to, and all addiction at its root is not being able to sit with the sensation of loneliness that occurs in our body, sensation of deep sadness, sensation of powerlessness, helplessness that occurs in our body. So not having the strength to sit with that, then we go towards all these kind of addictions. And also, like, these, what was it? Just give me a moment. There was something that was coming through, and it came, and it just, no, it gotta come back. What was it, spirit? What was it, God? Come, speak to me right now. Speak through me right now. Come on, come on, come on. For some reason, I want to have. Let me just drink some water. I want to have dal or something like that. Excuse me. I want to have soaked mung beans, whole mung beans and pressure cooker cooked. I need to get my pressure cooker fixed, because it's not working properly. I can't make dals and all, because the dal takes so much time to be cooked if we are cooking them without pressure cooker. But like when we cook them on pressure cooker, it takes very less time. But my pressure cooker is not working, and I get scared, like, oh my God, what if my cooking gas empties out? How am I gonna refill it and all of that? it's just too much of. Okay, you can also donate for my rent, food and bills, like my groceries, my fruits, vegetables. It will help me a lot. It'll help me in continuing to, it'll support me a lot. Okay. And yeah, I don't want to be anymore be scared about, uh there was always this fear around, oh my god, my what if my gas cylinder gets emptied out, because for so long I have had just enough money to get by, but now I want to have more than enough, like a savings are such a sexy thing, and I want to have that sexiness in my life, enough savings and streams of income that are constantly creating, more than enough money that takes care of my daily expenses, weekly expenses, monthly, yearly expenses, sources of income, active sources of income, and also like just savings, yeah, beautiful saving. That energy is so sexy. Okay. Anyway, the I know the message got completely, but this expression, for me to express all these things that I did, was very necessary for some reason. I know that. And this is my rose. Rose is very powerful. It's a very healing thing when you feel like, oh my god, I can't do anything. Oh my god, there is no, when you feel lonely, stress, in and darker thoughts are taking over your life. Keep rose around you. The fragrance of rose, it's the energy of rose is so powerful. Also, the now coming back to the purification of the heart, it's like, uh, when you develop that sensation, like strength to sit with your feelings, with those sensation of loneliness and all of that, of sadness, of anger, of hurt, and you're able to sit with them long enough, it's through that you create and cultivate that peace and safety for yourself. And uh, the hardest part and the process of it is making a choice to forgive yourself, because in that process you will see everything. You will be like, oh my god, I have done this, I have done that, and through guilt, darker entities control you. They try to hijack you. They will keep you in guilt, which is not okay. So that is why you will have to make a choice, like, okay, all of these things are whatever, maybe I did that, maybe I made this mistake that I feel like I am not forgiven for, but I am making a choice to forgive myself. It's not something like, this is not like, okay, uh, I killed somebody and I'm choosing to move forward. No, that's not true forgiveness. It's like, oh my god, I have made this big mistake and I'm so sad about it. I feel like I'm not worthy of living because I have made this mistake. And you will cry, you will be like, there is grief that happens, and this, yeah, that, and through that you will be, shh, you will give yourself, your heart will give you a choice to forgive yourself, and you accept that choice, like, yes, I am forgiving myself. But it's two different things. We realize, yes, I have made this mistake, yes, this happened, and you will grieve that, and then the genuine forgiveness will occur. But if you just keep like, without acknowledgement of your wrongdoings, and just keep moving forward with life, that's not forgiveness, that's not true forgiveness, that's not purification of your heart. It only happens through realizing, deep realization, like, okay, I don't want to do that, I do not want to be. And you become very responsible when you learn to sit with your feelings long enough, the sensations of these feelings, you learn responsibility, because You will be led like, okay, I do not want to speak this ill thing over anybody in my life. I do not want to send them the energy of like, hey, there is not enough for you, there is not enough for you, there is not enough money for you in this world, there is not enough love for you in this world, there is not enough support for you in this world. You don't want to do that. Once you realize how powerful you are, which you will, when you start to sit with your feelings, you will be led. You will be led to your own power, to your own magic. And when you come in alignment with that, you realize that, then you realize, okay, this person that I've been around, why am I giving them this indirect message like, hey, there is not enough for you? No, you don't want to do that. You don't want to do that. You Yeah, it's just like really powerful what you can create through also the logical steps. When it comes to logical steps, we have to take the logical step. How do you know that this logical thing that you want to do is the right thing? You can only know the right logical step is when you have sat with your feelings long enough. You are processing them daily. Then you know what is the logical and right thing to do. Then you will know, okay, like when you know, like, okay, I've been in despair, I've been in void, and the most logical thing will not be going for a intense workout. It could be the logical step for me to be making a warm, nourishing meal and doing gentle yoga and giving myself rest. It's only through feeling that we learn the logical step. If we keep on being like this, go, oh no, this is the structure, this is the logical thing, no, it will not work. It doesn't work like that. Nothing good, nothing lasting, nothing meaningful gets built up through mindless logical steps. No. The most meaningful thing, meaningful result, meaningful connection, meaningful business is built through going like that, feeling through deeper levels of feeling perspective. Like when you feel long enough, you know the right thing to do. You know, like, okay, this will be the right thing. The feelings are very powerful, very powerful. That's why they say the masculine needs to surrender to the intuitive wisdom of a feminine, and to the intuitive wisdom within him, like the feminine within him. Leaders, men cannot be great leaders because they do not know how to give birth to a life or how to nurture a life. Women knows how to nurture a life, so they already know, okay, and they will just have this intuitive knowing that this will be good for our community, and then they lead men, they share their wisdom, and then man follows like, okay, my women said that this will be needed, this will be good for us, so I'm gonna make that happen. That is where the support from the man comes, and that both like together, it's so powerful. Like masculine ability to go out and make it happen, and women's intuitive wisdom and men's trust in that, oh my god, very powerful. And so beautiful. But women need to be in power, and men need to make sure that women are in their power. Men want happiness, you want peace, right? So make sure the women around you are happy and safe. So powerful. You know, this like Shiva was very wise that he chose to, like, submit himself in front of goddess Kali. He knew he has all the power to destruct. But when it comes to goddess Kali, he knew he was wise enough to submit in front of a woman, not in a way, not submit in front of goddess Kali, because not in a way like, oh my god, I'm weak and she's strong. And it's not, but it's like, I know it's really beautiful. It's really, and when I am talking about submission, I'm not saying being passive. I'm saying like knowing your power, being in your power, and just when you are in front of a goddess, in front of a woman, you're like, I have all this power and I want to use it to build you up, to give you the happiness, to make you feel safe, loved, and taken care of. That's, oh my god, that man is a king. That man lives like a king who moves in this world with this attitude. That man lives like a king, and that man gets so much love from a woman, from that, oh my god, very healing for his heart and soul. Okay, and you can't fake that. You can't fake that. You can't, get that love from a woman. You can't steal it. You cannot manipulate that love out of a woman. No, you can't. You can only receive it when you are moving towards women with purest intention, with genuine intention to make her feel loved, safe, and supported. Only through that. Anything that you try to get out of women in a manipulative way, that will become poison for you. It will become poison for you. Okay? So don't do that. Wow. I don't know who is watching this video, but it was like your spirit guides and gods and all the goddesses were like, today is the day your ego gets it must, they were like, you must be free. They were showering their love on you, gods and goddesses, by you know destroying that ego that you have been carrying, that is, you feel, that is keeping you small and keeping you in facade of bigness, but actually keeping you small and weak and in fear. So this is happening for you. Congratulations on this shedding of this ego, okay, and breaking off, like, this that happened for you, the that shattering, well deserved. And you better apologize. You better apologize to all the women and to gods and goddesses for all of your wrongdoings. You don't get free from your mistakes just by, I'm like, okay, I made a mistake. That's okay. I forgive myself. Yes, that attitude much down the line when you have done enough, you know, enough prayer, enough forgiveness, enough everything. Down the line, that attitude will be okay. But right now, you will have to ask for forgiveness from all the people that you have hurt, all the women. You have to ask for forgiveness from God. Like, hey, God, I have made this mistake and I want to forgive myself. And there is forgiveness for you. You don't have to die. You do not, the false self of you, the manipulative self of you, that has to die. And that manipulation is when you channel that manipulation in a way that it serves you. You know, they say that the thief and the CBI agents, the CBI agent or the police officer who, deal with very criminalistic mind of criminals or thieves, they both have the same mind. Same, their mind is functioning in the same way. The thief as well and the police officer as well. But they are using both, like one is using for the good, other one is using for the bad. One, if thief realizes that the energy and the wisdom and the cleverness that he is putting into stealing, he can also use that into innovating something, into creating a business model that supports people in a beautiful way. And this is where trauma works comes in. Like how an orange tree will give you orange, right? Just like that, people who have unresolved trauma, unresolved pain, and all of that, they will give birth to things that will further create the pain in this world. They will give birth to food items, to businesses, to industries that will harm. But the people who choose to heal from that pain, they will give birth to something that will bring healing, to something that will bring love, to something that will bring safety, to something that will bring deeper value to all beings. Okay? So you have a choice right now. And I know you have no option. You're choosing love, I know. You're choosing love and you're choosing to forgive yourself, okay? You I don't know what you have, whatever you have done, there is forgiveness for that, okay? And you deserve that forgiveness, and I hope you choose it for you. And for all of us, we will have to make a choice like, yes, this happened with me, I didn't know what to do in that moment, I made a wrong choice, and in this moment I am making that choice, I am worthy of forgiveness. You know, this is very powerful attitude. This is very powerful, very, very, very powerful. Like, there are some people who never acknowledge their mistakes, their manipulative ways, the devil within them. Okay, they never acknowledge that, they bypass that, suppress that, and then the devil controls them subconsciously. But the people who become aware of the devil inside of them, they take their power back and they make a choice. The devil within them is not making that choice. They lead the devil in such a way, the devil in the devil then the devil itself recognizes its divinity. and then it itself wants to become and live as this beautiful version of itself, not continue to give into its devilish tendencies. Once you realize how pure your inner child is, you would want that purity and innocence back for you. You would want that, you want to live in that innocence with that purity. And you will know that that's your true reality. Everything was false. Everything was else was, somebody brainwashed you into believing in fears. So you started to act in a way that you did. You were acting. But your true identity is that you're a very pure, innocent child of God. Truly, you're. And getting that innocence back is such a gift. It's such a beautiful gift. And that's why, we keep going back to the same sources of joy. If we have been for so long getting joy through watching porn, through alcohol, through hanging out with people who are just constantly gossiping, if we have been getting joy through it for so long, we will keep finding ourselves going back to that joy, back to get the joy out of those things, and then there wouldn't be joy in them. But if you are going back, if you find yourself going back to seeking joy and seeking connection through same people you wouldn't get the connection from, and all of that. So then go further back. How did you as a child found joy? Maybe it could be playing in water. Maybe it could be playing, it could be through painting. Then you start to go back to that real thing, not the facade, not the conditioning. Like once you got conditioned, then you started to, you know, do all these coping mechanisms. But, and then you keep going back to them. But go back further, dig into your consciousness. What did you love doing as a child? And find a way to start doing it back again. I'm not like, what is it? Like, I'm just feeling, even before I started to record this video, I was journaling, and right now also as I'm recording this video, I'm just feeling this deep need for connection. Like, yes, I want connection. I want healthy connection with males. I don't know, it's like, there is a very deep desire for men. If you are a good man, if you have an honest heart, if you have genuine intentions, you are in high demand. You are in high demand then. You know that? I want that. People want, and even men want to be surrounded by good men. Men who, and good men are not someone who are passive. They are so deeply connected with their heart that they make it their mission to be powerful enough, to fight the good fight. Like they are so in their power. And we need good men. I need good men in my life. I truly do. I was just writing about it. That how? God, please send me good men in my life. I want to be surrounded by them. I want them in my life. I want a partner who is so loving, who feels me, who makes me feel so well taken care of, who makes my life so easy, who's moving towards me with the intention of making my life simpler, peaceful, easier, making me like with the intention of making me just feel safer. Ari, if you're a male watching this video, I'm glad that you're here. Wow. Book a one-on-one intuitive guidance session with me for deeper levels of, okay, wait. Again, the purification of the heart. You know, when you keep saying no to something that you know is not good for you, the fears will be loud, anxiety will be loud, they will convince you to give into, you know, something dark. For example, when my rent was due in the last like 3 months, I was, my mom had cancer. I was like really struggling. It got really darker. Okay. And so my prayer throughout that was, I manifested magic in this situation and deeper support so far in this situation by keeping my heart pure. The magic of the pure heart is like, you can't match that. Nothing can match that, because it will create the magic that logic can never. Through logic, you can't make that thing happen. That can happen through the magic of your heart, of the purity of your heart. So what I was doing was, I was constantly praying that I was like, God and goddesses, I never was meant to be in this situation, but you made this situation happen this way. My prayer was always that I want the highest good. And right now as well, even if I am in this situation, I only want the highest good. I do not want my landlady to suffer in any way. I want her to take a decision which is in the highest good of her. I do not want to do anything that is deceiving. Because when we have money to pay, rent to pay for 2 3 months, it's piling up. It can all get very scary. It can get so intense that would want to do the darker things, you know but remain solid. Do not let the anxiety in you win. Do not let the fear in you win. And how do you not let it win? Is your constant prayer. Every day pray to God, pray to Lord Hanumanji, pray to God, whoever you believe in. you know Constantly, that connection with the source, with the God. Like that connection with God will lead you, will help you overcome all of your devilish tendencies and all of your fears, okay? And if you want much deeper level of support from me, that connection with God will lead you, will assist you in overcoming all of your darker tendencies, when I was going through so much anxiety, worry, and had all kinds of, you know, uh, worst case scenarios running over my mind, and it could convince me to do anything, to go to the path that I know is not right for me. I was just praying, and I was just praying not only for me, I was praying for all people involved. I was praying that I only want the highest good, God. I want the most peaceful outcome for all people involved. I only want to do, and like, I was like, okay, I'm not gonna go back to asking money from my father because it does not feel right. It doesn't feel aligned to me, because it is not coming from love. I feel like I need to, you know, always please him, or like try to create some kind of situation to get the money from him, and he will then try to control me or do. And I was like, no, this is not aligned. I want the money that comes from love, that comes through joy, that is like comes through like just like light-hearted energy. Okay, I want that experience. So I don't want to be because I chose to let go of this ancestral pattern, of having these icky energy around money. And I had to sit with the discomfort, with the fear, the anxiety, the worst case scenarios, and I sat with it, and work is only, your work is only to sit through that self doubt, to feel through that, self doubt, and most importantly, dance dance through that self doubt, dance through that worst case scenario, dance through those fears, play through those fears. It's really powerful and healing, because those kind of situation will try to convince you there is no way out. It's so like, but no, don't get into the seriousness of it. No, break that pattern, go dance, go play, and through play you will find that strength. God will, if you're brave, building that connection with God and Mother Earth, she will call you out in nature around trees to play. Okay, and through play you will know that, okay, you will find it easier for you to forgive yourself, okay, and you will find it easier to like have that purer intention as well. Like, I want the good for me, and I want the good for everybody involved. And I don't know what it looks like, God, because we have a very limited, we can feel like, okay, sometimes there is the thing that which is in the highest good of all, you know would be that you disappoint them, that you make a choice that they, for me it is like, I like wearing short clothes, I like wearing just different kind of style and all of that, and that disappoints people, you know but that is in the highest good. People need to, we all need to be open to the creative expression instead of judging it as sexual, as dirty, as disgusting. We need to get out of that mindset, or like building that strength to asking ourselves, like, why do I find this disgusting? Why do I find this thing disgusting? What about it? And then diving deep. Yeah, it's a way. Book a one-on-one intuitive guidance session with me, okay? And especially 12 weeks of mentorship. If you want to purify your heart, if you want to build integrity, honesty, get in alignment with your artistic and creative gifts, get like a beautiful inner and outer glow up, it's super powerful. Step process the shame, the grief, the anxiety, the fears that are keeping you small and keeping you limited, and stepping out of them and stepping into your power, into your true confidence, into your true divinity and empowerment. my work is for you. I am the mentor for you, okay? My 12 weeks of mentorship is for you. Link of that is in my bio, and you can also book a smaller one-on-one sessions with me over video call or over voice note. That will be helpful for spiritual psychic guidance. Yeah, link of everything is in my bio. You can donate for my rent, food and bills. Link of that also in my bio. And if you want to bring like bigger magic as well, then my magic paint. Bring magic in your life with my magic paintings. This painting says, dearest God, dearest mother, thank you for guiding me. Thank you for leading my way. When you live around this painting, the way you start to move in this world very bravely, confidently, courageously, you would find yourself becoming most braver, bolder, confident version of yourself, and it's just so much divine guidance and peaceful energies into your life. Super powerful. Super. You can't miss the magic. You can't. I'm telling you, you cannot. Okay, the fridge magnets of this painting are available. Also, you can hire me and I will channel a customized magic painting uniquely for you. A painting that will bring lot of success, high vibrations, good energies, power, love, and like sacred, peaceful, pure energies into your life. It's so powerful, and